Wailord, absolutely loaded in comes Obstagoon, no baits on this channel, but does the opponent respect the damage? So, welcome back to the home of Shadow Pokemon, my good friend, Ty, channel favourite, you already know. He is a fantastic battler that loves to bring the spice. I, unfortunately, didn't manage to get a good Wailmer, so I can't make a Wailord. You hate to see it. However, Ty has got me. Not only is he bringing Shadow Wailord, he is also bringing Girafarig, pretty cool pick. We have seen it on the channel previously. And why not? It's Catch Cup. He has got a Legacy Cross-Chop Primape, so we are bringing that line of 3. Does it make sense? Not particularly, but does Ty win? Of fucking course he does. Without any further ado, let's get into the battles. And in game 1, we see Toxapex in the lead. Pretty dreadful. We are ABA weak to this, so Ty completely sacks the whale. Not really the start the whale was looking for, but here comes Girafarig. You will see it is running Confusion, and Confusion is absolutely tearing apart this super bulky mon the opponent brings in. A Swampert, but Swampert is not going to appreciate the absolute spam of this Girafarig. They let the first move go through. Confusion got them into the red. Is the opponent willing to commit a shield on the Psychic Fangs? Yes, they are. We look to catch the move on Primeape, we're unable to. Ty could shield this up and farm down. He chooses to let it go. He's putting it all on Primeape. In comes Primeape. We commit to the counter farm down. The opponent is switch locked, so they are waiting out their timer. They bring in Lickitung, but Lickitung is not going to appreciate Primeape. This is just a body slam. Ty choosing to shield it up. We are absolutely loaded. The opponent looks to sack Toxapex. Toxapex far too healthy to counter down. We throw the cross chop. Cross chop doesn't KO. Can Ty counter down before they make a move? Yes, he can. When Lickitung does return, it's going to eat one cross chop to the face as we are at the back-to-back. The opponent does shield it up, but Mr. Basic Bitch opponent, you sir, are absolutely fucked, as that is going to be all she wrote. GG's and thanks for playing. Not even the low battery thing can save you. Moving on to the next one. We see Swampert in the lead, so despite this being a catch cup, people are committing elite TMs and investing in top meta. Whatever floats your boat. But Ty does get a shield with the whale. This is a pretty good matchup. We've just got to be mindful of the earthquake, and Ty commits a great shield. Swampert is now going to get outpaced to the next surf. Is the opponent willing to go down 2 shields? Surely not, but what do I know? The opponent does double shield. Ty could shield this up and water gun down, but I don't know. That is the correct play. Ty is going to save a shield. I really like that play personally. We come in with Primeape, commit to the counter farm down. In comes Pidgeot, but Pidgeot is not going to appreciate the ice type coverage. Ice Punch gets Pidgeot into the yellow. We look to Confusion, farm them down. The opponent realizes they're going to get farmed down. They switch out into Toxapex, and oh hi, hello Toxapex. Eat the Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt. Near one shots, we Confusion, farm them down, and the opponent concedes the match. Moving on to the next battle, we see Skarmory in the lead. I wonder if its partner in crime, Swampert, is hiding in the back. Wailord goes straight for the Surf. Water guns are hitting the neutral, and Surf actually did a surprising amount of damage. The opponent has built up to a potential Brave Bird. Ty commits a shield. They go for a Sky Attack. The opponent now switches out into the Penguin. Mr. Penguin, you sir, are about to get beat down. We can safely commit 1 shield, counter farm all the way down. We might be down 2 shields, but we are absolutely loaded. Primeape with its high attacks that is likely to get some shields back. Even if Skarmory does return, both our moves do hit for neutral. The opponent's final Pokemon is Toxicroak. They shield up the first Ice Punch. They are resisting counter, but Ty makes Ice Punch number 2. This will land for decent damage, gets Toxicroak into the yellow. We now look to snipe with Girafarig, and high Toxicroak by Toxicroak. 1 Confusion, done 40% of its HP, and the opponent is probably very confused, but that is a good game. Moving on to the next one. Moving on to the next battle. Finally, one opponent got the memo that you're supposed to run some fun spice in the catch cup. Ty throws the Surf. Oranguru, despite being pretty bulky, does commit a shield. Ty, having a think, decides to let the whale go down. We now come in with the Giraffe. Confusion is resisted due to Oranguru's sub-psychic typing. It's got a pretty unique typing. Psychic, normal, means it's a psychic type that does single resist Ghost. Due to Psychic taking super effective and normal double resisting, Ty obviously couldn't come in to the Primeape, as we would be getting hit for super effective. The opponent brings in Alolan Sandslash, and holy smokes, it's a Shadow. They didn't shield the Thunderbolt. Ty snipes it with a counter, and it's Community Day Gigalith in the back, and the opponent very quickly concedes. Moving on to the next one. We see the pesky spider Ariados in the lead, if you're wondering why I call it a pesky spider, because they all run lunge and that's super annoying with the debuffs. Ty now looks to make an aggressive switch into his confusion user. Mr. Opponent, you need to get out. They take 3 confusions, throw at really poor time, they do get off the debuff. However, was it really worth it as that pesky spider is near dead? The opponent shields up the debuffed Psychic Fangs, a huge mistake. Obviously Girafarig has got this opponent panicking. So he was debuffed, the first reason you don't want to shield. And when you're using something like Poison Fang, Psychic Fang, something that lowers your defense, you never want to shield the first, as the subsequent ones will do more damage. Ty manages to survive the discharge, get off. One more Psychic Fangs. Does the opponent want to commit their final shield? They do not. They're obviously saving it for whatever they have in the back, and it is Swampert. So it's 2 versus 1. The opponent's got Swampert and a shield, and they also have a potential sack swap. Ty builds up a little bit of energy, combo plays into the whale, forces the final shield. The opponent is going to have to throw whatever nuke charge move they are on, Sludge Wave or Earthquake. Wailord, obviously not the bulkiest Sludge Wave, does knock out. Primape is going to have to tank the Hydro Cannon, which it does comfortably. Ty now just needs to make sure the opponent doesn't catch. You see the mud shot come through, cross chop. It's going to take care of Swampert, and Ariados super low gets countered, farm down. So that is GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next one. We see the squirrel in the lead. Quite ironic, as the squirrel looks really small but is really bulky. Wailord looks enormous but has absolutely no bulk. So the moral of the story is size isn't everything. We tank the body slam, bullets lead, tearing us apart. We do draw a shield on a CMP Ty with the surf, pretty much the best case Ty could possibly imagine or wish for, as we got shield advantage from a really poor matchup. Greedon is going to make one more body slam. Ty looking to shield it up and go for the counter farm down. Once again, we've seen Primape absolutely loaded, and the opponent brings in Galarian Weezing. We're going to chip and dip, Ice Punch. Does a respectable amount of damage. We look to get off a bit of confusion damage, and the opponent's final Pokemon is Lantern. They go straight for the Surf. Ty letting it through, does Lantern. Respect the Thunderbolt. We well over farm past it, and we're baiting with a Psychic Fang. The opponent doesn't shield. We're at Psychic Fang number 2, and this is a CMP Ty, so even if the opponent does shield, which they don't, they would be super low. The opponent farms us down with the Fairy Wind. They still have a shield remaining, so Ty is going to shield this up, and we are going to need to resist it. Counter, farm them down. Do we make it? Yes, we do. Who was worried? GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next one. We see Knockdown in the lead. The opponent switches out into Miltank. We look to make a catch on our Primape. You absolutely love to see it. Stay in school, kids. Learn to count, and you can be as cool flexing all this spice like my good friend Ty. This Miltank is using rollout, so despite tanking 2 body slams, it's going to be quite difficult for the opponent to farm us down. Ty fires the cross chop. The opponent just sacks it. Really high gameplay IQ there from Ty, knowing he could survive 2 body slams. He let himself get super low, not giving Knockdown any free farm, and Ty now comes in to his Giraffe. Knockdown super bulky, but confusion is tearing us apart. We shield up the Sky Attack. What? The opponent throws a Shadow Ball. As I said previously, normal Psychic does single resist Ghost. That, Mr. Opponent, wasn't the play. It was more expensive and just an incorrect play. We see Obstagoon enter the battlefield. Ty, absolutely loaded, is going to spam out the first surf. That draws a shield from the Obstagoon. Ty has a difficult decision to make. He's going to call the Obstruct. He clicked no shield, and the shield activates anyway. Niantic, fucking fix your game. Obstagoon has raised its defense, cancelling the Psychic Fang debuff, but it doesn't matter. Surf still knocks out. This knocked-out is going to be a problem. Surf will not knock out. It's going to be about whether Girafarig can survive a move. Please, Mr. Opponent, throw the Shadow Ball again, because that would be single resisted. Knockdown fires off the Sky Attack, and Girafarig hangs on with 1 HP and a dream. GG's, and thanks for playing. Moving on to the next one, we see XL Lickitung in the lead. Not a great matchup, however, the opponent doesn't even build up to the Power Whip. Ty's counting on point. We tank the body slam, and it's a simul swap. Mr. Opponent is now in a real mess, as their simul swap isn't a good one. Toxapex into the Giraffe. Confusion, tearing them apart. We land the Psychic Fang, which means we can easily one shield and farm them all the way down. We shield up the Brine, commit to the Confusion, farm down. Should Lickitung return, the Licks will do pretty much nothing, as we are single resisting. we're going to build up to the Thunderbolt bait with a Psychic Fang and the super bulky Licky Tongue. Shits its pants and shield it up. Giraffe makes Psychic Fang number 2, and the opponent double shields. Holy smokes. This to me suggests whatever they have in the back is going to be taken super effective from confusion, so Primeape might not have the best time. We do shield up a Power Whip. They're at 100 energy or close, so they did get the full lick down. It's Buzzwole. There's the second thing, not wanting to see confusion. We come in, combo play with the Wailord. We Water Gun down Lickitung. Is going to be able to move. Ty should have fired the move. He does not, but I don't think it really matters as one move isn't going to knock out. They go for the Body Slam, and Ty takes that game. Moving on to the final battle of the video, we pick up a great lead. We see Nidoqueen, the king of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Poison Fang spam, in the lead. And Ty did warn me, this battle is very disrespectful, or perhaps something you're not going to see on the channel ever again, as we have Chansey, aka shield number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could go on all day. You can see Foul Play did around 5% of our HP, hence I call it all them shields, as this matchup will take forever. It's just two super bulky Pokemon hitting each other with charge moves that don't do anything. Umbreon fires another Foul Play and we're still in the green. Ty is going to throw the Hyper Beam. Hyper Beam, a pretty good move. Chansey is a normal type, so this gets stabbed. I was going to say it wouldn't do a lot, but the opponent chose to shield. Interesting. If I was to ever use super bulky Mon, I definitely wouldn't shield them up. The opponent fires one more Foul Play. Chansey shrugs it off. The opponent fires another Foul Play. Chansey's like, come on, Mr. Opponent, just top left, as we will be here all fucking day. The opponent can fire another Foul Play. This is about Foul Play number 56, and Chansey finally in the red. Ty reaching for the Hyper Beam. We don't get there. We are in the red, but don't worry guys, this won't knock out Foul Play. Doesn't KO, we're at the Hyper Beam. Is the opponent gonna double shield Umbreon? Surely not. The opponent lets it through. Hyper Beam doesn't KO. We look to snipe with Wailord. We're unsuccessful, and it's Obstagoon. In the back, we're going straight for the Blizzard. Blizzard lands it, near one-shots Obstagoon. Holy crap, that was some big damage. So after almost falling asleep in the Chansey Umbreon matchup, Ty lands the Blizzard. Hail Mary, bringing the battle to life. We can just save 2 shields for Giraffe, and that's going to be all she wrote. GG's, and thanks for playing. As always, huge shout out to Ty for bringing the incredibly fun content. I really wanted to see Wailord in action, so many thanks for the battle submission. If you'd also like your battles featured on the channel, a link to my battle submission form is in the description down below. So if you're enjoying the content, smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing, and I will see you all in the next one.